Hello, this is the One Episode Rule, podcast about first impressions. I am Magpie. Watched some anime, would you believe it?
Let's go.
I watched some more Golden Kamuy, and I watched another episode of Kowloon Generic Romance. And let me tell you, that's a 2-episode rule.
Oh, did it harm you?
Because those first 2 episodes are perfectly book matched.
Mm-hmm.
They complete each other in a really profound way.
Interesting.
I would say that it's definitely worth looking into further.
I need to watch another one then.
What was the name of this?
This was what we watched last time, Kowloon Generic Romance.
Okay. Okay.
It is a fascinating story. I'm eager to learn more about what's going on, and also be harmed emotionally by this romance.
Mm-hmm.
Because it definitely has the air of an air of tragedy about it. And yeah, Golden Kamuy is proceeding on in completely the opposite direction. I'm pretty sure I'm approaching the jerk-off duel episode.
That'll spark emotions, terror. But a different, different sort of
different emotions.
Oh boy.
What have you guys been up to?
Hi, I'm Joey. I've done shit all this week. I've just been busy. It's Pride Month. Welcome, Happy Pride. Yay!
Be proud.
Happy Pride Month.
Be proud. Be proud, LGBTs. You were strong.
Happy Pride Month to Naruto and Sasuke specifically. No.
Happy Pride Month to Naruto and Griffith specifically.
No, God.
There you go.
You really hit me with no, they could really do it, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. I think we might have to kill this guy, Steven.
We might have to kill this guy. That's me. Hey, y'all might have heard, but we have a new face, a new not so new face.
We have a
Welcome
returning friend to the podcast.
This is actually Louis' evil twin Tui. I don't know.
You're gonna say your name backwards?
Anyway, hi guys. I'm
mouthful.
Eel. I'm Eel.
Eel.
Anyway, hi. I'm here. I'm queer, I guess. Happy Pride Month. Whatever. I don't know. I've been on a huge Marvel kick lately, so that's kind of like anime, right?
Yeah, it is kind of like anime.
Kind of like anime, yeah, actually.
I did rewatch the first episode of Free Run yesterday.
Free Run? Good.
We all heartily approve.
I was introducing it to some new people who haven't seen it yet, and I was like, just be careful. This will make you feel things.
What a pleasurable experience, though. You just be like, hello, would you enjoy this treasure I've brought you? Do you guys want some news?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's have it.
Netflix.
But only say every other word.
Netflix has already shown us what Tony Chopper is supposed to look like.
Yes.
And he's horrible.
Yeah.
But a lot of people like him, too.
You didn't like him?
I kind of like him, but he is horrible. Do you understand where I am? The sentiment?
No.
Like I get what you mean. Like
he's like kind of like a horrible little gremlin, but I like it.
I mean, like if you think about it, this is canonically what they are seeing. Like this is like
exactly. I've never been mad at things being a little scuffed in One Piece live action. It doesn't bother me. But what is interesting is they've already rolled out a bunch of merchandise for him.
Of course,
he's a little guy. He's a little guy. He's
the show is not coming out for a year.
He's almost as close as they get to having a mascot for One Piece.
They gotta have a little guy. It's between him or Brooke.
Hey, have they shown us what Brooke? No, they haven't. Brooke's not going to be on for a while.
Brooke's not going to be here for a while. This is
Brooke's
the skeleton.
By the time Brooke shows up, the characters are going to be in their mid-30s.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2056.
Oh man.
So yeah, you can get T-shirts and sweaters, and you can get little stickers of his head and a mason jar cup.
Is the mason jar shaped like his head?
No, it's just shaped like a mason jar. It's got its hat on
Fine.
it.
That sounds kind of cute.
Other news. New Japanese law spells bad news for Pokemon.
Uh-oh.
No, not really. You're kind of stretching it. The Japanese law is that you're no longer allowed to name your child Pikachu.
Oh, okay.
So this is an interesting issue, and especially in Japanese, because in
How
Japanese...
many times does this occur? I said, how many times does this happen for a law to be made for it?
It's not solely Pikachu. So it's an interesting issue. A lot of places have laws in the books that are just like, hey, you have to submit your legal names for your kid to the government for approval so you don't psychologically damage them for the rest of their lives. This is especially a strange... some places, some states in the U.S. have considered that. But this is especially strange in Japanese, in which people do it in a number of different ways that aren't available in other languages, like changing how they pronounce kanji to make puns out of their kids' names.
Yeah.
But the way they phrased it also seems like kind of curmudgeonly too, because it's a ban on Kira names, which is flashy. There was a high-profile case of a guy who was named Prince, basically Oji-sama Aikeke, who changed his name to Hajime because he was just embarrassed for years. There was a kid that named their kid Caesar.
Yeah.
And there
that
is
guy got crushed by rocks.
There is unfortunately somebody who is over there who is named Aaron because of a stylized interpretation of the English name Ellen.
Okay.
So this is like, don't name your kid Aaron Yeager. But on the other hand,
no,
laws like this are nearly always a crack in the door to like weird kinds of discrimination, where when you like become like an expat and move to Japan, and then they don't let you name your kid like an Arabic name because they say it's, they say it's non-standard. Whether that'll happen or not, who could say? But I don't know. Just a strange news story. Yuri Lowenthal has announced
this shit. Yeah.
This is the funniest way this
Johnny
could
Bosch is going to announce.
Yeah, this is the funniest way this could have leaked, which is he let everybody know that there's going to be a Persona 4 remake by announcing the fact that he's not fucking in it, and neither is the voice actress for Chie.
I think Yukiko's actress also did the same thing.
I'm just like, yeah, we ain't in that shit. They didn't talk to us.
Which, this is the third time Chie's voice actress is being replaced, so...
Shit. Let's see, what else? The final thing we have, because I saw this at the very end, which is, Kojima just let idly slip the fact that they're working on a Death Stranding anime.
Wait, they did? I missed that.
He idly let that slip in an interview where they were talking about the fact that he was working with A24 for a Death Stranding movie, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, we're doing an anime too."
Oh my god! Oh my god!
And people are just like, "Kojima-san, what does that mean?"
Wait, that sounds so epic, though.
And
I'm excited.
And the answer is, we don't know what that means. He didn't say anything.
That sounds awesome. I love it. Let's go.
You know what else Kojima said?
What else did Kojima say?
He said, even in Arcadia, by Sleep Token fucks severely.
He did say that.
He does.
He's right. That. He's correct.
Following that man's Twitter profile is hilarious because he'll just be like, "Hey, I'm watching this," and then whether he liked it or not, it's predicated entirely upon whether the next tweet he makes is a paragraph description of what happens. If he said, "I'm watching this," and then he doesn't tweet again, he thought it was dog shit.
He didn't like it so much.
So yeah,
we should get Kojima on our podcast.
We should get.
That's so true. We should get
Genius
him.
Jumbo to come on the podcast.
We should.
So Louis, I assume you came back with ulterior motives, i.e., you wanted to show us something.
Yeah, actually, I'm here to take over the podcast. You guys are
shit.
dismissed.
He's
I'm
got
gonna
a
bring in
gun.
some new co-hosts.
He's pointing a gun at us right now.
No,
I
you could
can't
say I'm a
believe
vigilante, I guess.
I can't believe you're replacing me with Infinite Snake Mascara Chan.
Yes.
Right.
No. There is an anime out there that I've been eyeballing, and I'm like, I want to watch this, and then I'm like, I want to subject my friends to watching this, and then, so I'm here. Hello, hi. There's this show. It's called My Hero Academia. It's new, but also there's something at the end of it called Vigilantes, so it's My Hero Academia Vigilantes, actually.
Oh, okay.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, is written by an entirely different dude.
Nice.
I think so, yes.
Which is interesting.
Wait,
I'm
so this
interested.
is just like Marvel. Points.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, he's just one step away from becoming Jamiroquai. He could do it. He could be virtual insanity.
He could. That's.
Is this what we're supposed to laugh at?
Yes. Yes. This is the funny joke I told you I was going to tell.
This is the part where you laugh. Yes.
Now I'm just thinking about the JoJo's Part 6 like animation of that music video that somebody did. Somebody extremely talented did.
That's awesome. I love it.
Louis, you said you wanted to read this blurb.
Do I still want to?
Points.
Fine, I will. Fine. I'm going to start now. This is me starting, okay? Are you ready?
Okay.
I'm going now.
Go ahead.
Living in a superhuman society, it is hard to feel special. Even more so when the spotlight only shines on professional heroes, those legally authorized to use their special powers, known as quirks, in public for the greater good. Koichi Himawari grew up aspiring to be a hero, but with a mediocre quirk like sliding, quote unquote, that ties him to the ground. He soon comes to the conclusion that he could only ever admire them from below. Despite this, Koichi finds contentment in using his quirk to carry out day-to-day good deeds, such as returning lost items and helping the elderly cross the street. However, Koichi's tame life takes a swing into the turbulent, that's a lot of T syllables, when he is rescued from a back alley brawl by a vigilante or illegal hero Knuckle Duster. Seeing hero potential in Koichi, Knuckle Duster enlists his help in tracking down the source of a dangerous drug known as Trigger that boosts the user's quirk at the expense of their rationality. Set in a time before the events of the original story, Vigilante, Boku no Hero Academia, illegals follow Koichi as he chooses to don the reputation of a villain and become a vigilante, operating in the shadow of the law to prevent crimes from taking to the surface.
Cool.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. That's what happened.
This is definitely a spin-off. It's kind of like Gun Gale Online, in that it was just made by a different person. So it's like a franchised manga.
Yeah.
This one was by Hideyuki Furuhashi, illustrated by Ben Court, which makes me wonder if that's like either a Western illustrator or like a pseudonym.
I don't know. I'm assuming everything that happened and it had to get Horikoshi's sign off at least.
Yeah.
I mean, because they are using like actual characters that are returning from My Hero. Because
we'll get to it at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
That's why I said it's like franchised rather than like a JoJo.
Right.
It's the official spin-off of the original. I'm already more interested in this one. I said it before. I said it to Louis earlier, which is I like a story, a superhero story where people's superpowers are extremely minor.
Yeah.
So like Like it's just like, oh, what's your superhero? And it's like power. It's like I can squeeze through any gap that's wider than an inch.
Yeah.
It's just like that's terrifying. Please don't do that around me. And it also the show also made me think about it, think a little bit about it, because the way they open up, they open up with who was the first person with like a power, with a quirk, as they call them, and it was just some baby
Yeah, I don't
in
know if the
China.
actual My Hero Academia show gets into that.
Yeah, they don't really.
It was just a Chinese infant
Like,
who
they just
happened to glow brightly.
Yeah.
right.
And over time, it ended up more and more people just started manifesting like little things, until like 80% of the population had like a noticeable like superpower of some type. Now, from what I know of the original property, sometimes that's as small as making tape come out of your elbow.
I was literally thinking of the tape
Yeah.
guy.
Sometimes you just get a light out of your belly button.
Sometimes you get a rock stuck in your belly button, like Steven Universe. But so in the grand scheme of things, Koichi's
Steven
power
Universe, my favorite My Hero Academia character.
in
Sorry.
Steven Universe. I'm afraid we're gonna have to kill this guy, Steven.
At least he got something kind of useful, because
he got something useful. He got a travel power.
Yeah.
I feel like
into
there's I feel like I would have more confidence in this, and I would be doing it all the time, because I wouldn't be trying to be a hero. I would be trying to become mutant Tony Hawk.
Hell yes.
Hell
oh my god.
You want to go to the skate park and just slide around?
Just fucking slide.
Right? That
Try
would
and
be
make
so
up
awesome.
tricks. But see if I can do it on walls. But yeah, it opens on that, and we get around to our guy, right? And he's talking about he's in the streets, and there's a villain attack. There's a big hippo man. There's a big motherfucker, right? Who comes up out of the ground.
He ate a bicycle.
And his immediate action is everybody freaks out because he's too big and he's yelling. Which is
and
the
he's
only
hungry.
reason, because I imagine there's a lot of freaks out there in this world. So people's bar for whether they're gonna panic has got to be a little higher.
Yeah.
But yeah. He's too big and he's too loud, and he ate that guy's motorcycle.
Oh man, motorcycle insurance in this world.
I really liked that guy who was just like, oh man, he got my bike. This was apparently enough for fucking All Might, who I am led to believe is Superman, to show up and fucking pound him into the earth.
Yes. All Might is here. All Might is going to destroy this guy.
I will give my Macadaka this, which is while I was never particularly interested in reading it, always appreciated the fact that All Might is drawn fundamentally different from everyone else. And looks like a fucking eye catch from Gurren Lagann, which is incredible. Good for him.
He's drawn fundamentally different from everyone else in 2 different ways.
Yeah,
I'm obsessed.
All Might's killed
him.
me in Fortnite before.
Yeah, he'll get you.
Before they even added him.
Yes. Anyhow.
But anyway, yeah, he just pounds that guy into the earth, and he says, "Is everybody okay?" And everybody just marks.
Is everybody Daijobu?
Are you Daijobu? And then he flies off with Hippo Man, presumably to either take him to prison or throw him into the sun. I'm not sure which.
Prison, I think.
Maybe the sun is a prison.
He's like operating under like legal hero
Death
terms.
is a kind of prison. But yeah, so our guy Koichi is just like, that's so cool. Oh shit, I'm gonna be late, because Koichi is a college student. He's a college student, and he spends all the rest of his time working in the convenience store. So he has to activate his power, and his power is if he makes 3 points of contact with the earth, he can fucking slide. He turns around and actually, yeah, that's not where it's revealed, because he runs and he tries to make a corner and he runs into somebody. And he runs into some real punk-ass street punks, which these guys made me think about something. Because more important than who they actually are, because they're jerks. But they made me think about something. In a society where most people have some kind of superpower, I feel like street violence would be just a little bit more common. And not because like some people have like really powerful supervillain perks, just because if people have any amount of power, they kind of want to use it.
They like to use it.
And if
think about it,
like if you can make your hands like super hot, like stove hot at the drop of a dime, are you gonna take being mugged?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Street violence has got to be just a little bit more common. And anyway, this guy was not terribly inconvenienced by Koichi running into him, but he pours out his whole drink because he's feeling
like,
froggy today. He's like, look what you did. I just bought this. You should apologize. And Koichi is just like, oh, go Menasai. And he's just like hands and knees. And he does the full Japanese apology, right? And his friend is just like, God, do you have no pride? And the first guy, we'll call him Spike, I guess, goes to like
Spike Siegel,
step on the back of his head like a true street punk. And the problem is that Koichi slides away. He just zoomed. He just zooped out of the way like he was moved in fucking Flash.
I was like, I literally wrote down, oh, his power is schmoving.
His power is schmoving. His power is soft and wet from Jajolion.
Whoa.
No, only that one time where he stole friction. But yeah, he zoops out of the way, and they don't like it. They don't like that he did this.
They were like, ew.
They're like, that's gross, and let me do violence to you. But he's late, and he's just not willing to. So yeah, he just skids out. I really like the way that he like drifts.
Yeah.
Because it's got to be difficult to control this. But yeah, he's zooping along, and people like jump out of the way, and some of them like comment on it. They're just like, "Oh, a mobility quirk. That would be convenient." It's not very fast though.
They're just like, he's like a weird little bug.
Yeah, he's moving like at the speed of like a bicycle, and yeah, people are just like, "It's a little gross. He's a little cockroachy." And also, and inevitably he does. He will later just put his hand in a puddle.
Yeah, this messes him up.
He skids out because of it. But before then, he runs across a street idol performance because there is an indie idol out there who is using her quirk to just do her deal on the street in pop-up concerts because she can leap. She can just jump.
Yep, she's bouncing around.
She's not super strong. It appears to take her almost no effort. She just twitches her toe and sails through the air.
It's fun. It looks
just
fun.
Wiggles her little toesies.
She puts on a great show for her for some random people and what are obviously her diehard fans because there are a bunch of grown men who have shown up with costumes. And,
they have like signs and everything.
Yeah. And she puts on a good show from the top of a street light, which I quite like because she's just dancing on it because she says like, it don't matter if I fall, I'll just hop back up there. And he remarks it. It's just like, pop steps here. It's just like her singing wasn't that impressive, but she looks great sailing through the air like that. I hope the cops don't bust this one up again.
because that is the thing.
This is like busking basically.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh no, I'm late."
Oh no, I'm late. And so he goes to skid off.
Puts toast in his mouth as he slides off.
He still ends up being late. It's late in the day, and he's doing a late shift at the combini. And as he's standing there, he's just like, I was late already. What a pain in the ass. And those guys show up, and they're just like, if I see that kid again, I'm gonna.
They all do like a pointing emoji at each other.
Yeah, and then it just cuts to them beating him up.
Beating him up in the back alley again. What a bunch of bastards.
What a bunch of pricks.
One of these guys is just like a snake.
What are these guys?
Snake Man?
Yeah, he's like a
I
little
was
lizard dude.
I was willing to give him not a pass for his behavior, but I like understand why one would fall into like street recidivism if you were born as a
It's like
fucking lizard man.
it's like the Morlocks.
Yeah, exactly. You're just like I am fundamentally different from every human being.
Yeah, and
It- and they know it, and I know it, and it has changed my disposition.
yeah. I don't even remember what the third, because we had Spike. He can like make little spikes come out of him.
It's like he's like the guy from One Piece. Yes, the woman from One Piece. Excuse me.
And then we have Snake Man, and
I mean,
then Lizard Boy, whatever.
there's
yeah, the third guy.
and then
And then there's a third guy.
Third guy looks like the one weirdo from JoJo Part 5 that hangs out with Prosciutto.
Did he? I don't remember what he was. I
Yeah,
don't remember the third guy.
He's a big guy. He looks like somebody you would beat up in Double Dragon. He's got a stupid little tuft of hair on top of his head.
He does have weird little tuft. Stupid anime boy number 7 or whatever.
But yeah, he gets his ass beat, and he's just like, "That's it. I'm doing it tonight." And he goes home, and Koichi lives in a strange place because Koichi lives in like a shed on top of a building.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. Weird path.
The rental was cheap.
The housing situation in Tokyo is dire.
You know how it is with college students.
But he goes and he puts on his costume, and you're just like, this is where the vigilante part comes in. And he goes out and he does good deeds.
His hero name is like literally Nice Guy. I'm pretty sure.
Nice Guy, yeah.
It's because they started calling him Nice Guy. I assume. I don't think he picked the name. I think people just started calling him that.
Just like, hey, Nice Guy.
Because he slides around town and he does shit like point out that that they're going to be late for the last train to some drunks, or pick up people's phones when they drop them, or pick up all the fucking leftover bottles and shit in the street.
Picking up like trash and stuff.
And put them into the recycling. And people are appreciative. People walking down the street, it's just like, oh, Nice Guy's at it again. Hey, it's Nice Guy.
Hey, we love you, Nice Guy.
And he loves them. And he gets a charge out of it.
Yeah, he likes it. He likes doing good deeds.
Yeah.
Good
and
for
he's
him.
got his stupid hoodie on.
He does have like an All Might themed hoodie.
This is an incredible piece of visual design, because it is a hoodie that looks like an All Might hoodie, but also does reinforce the fact that it looks like a cockroach man.
Yes, and
All Might's weird hair.
Because he's got like those little tendrils on his head.
Bear with me for a second and hear me out. 90% sure All Might's little like antenna things are a Kamen Rider reference.
I could see that.
It sounds cromulent to me.
I could fully see that.
But so it making Koichi look more cockroachy is kind of like full circle, because Kamen Rider are insect based.
Yeah, it's Bug Man Bug.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
But yeah, he does all this, and he's just like feeling great about himself, and he ducks into an alleyway to take a breather for the night and keep going. And somebody says, here, have a drink, and passes him a bottle of water. And he's just like, oh, thank you. Wait, who are you? Because Pop Step is out.
Pop Step is here.
And she's just like, who are you? You were Cockroach Guy, right? And it's just like, it's Nice Guy. Come on. It's just like, so you're out here, doing your good deeds and your All Might cosplay. And it's just like, yeah, it's cool. I like it. I'm having a good time. And she's just like, oh, I see.
Yeah.
And she's just like, so he's your idol, yeah? It's just like, yeah. He's everything that he's like represents everything about serving your community that I believe in. And she's just like, but you don't want to really be like him with that quirk. He's like, yeah, I know my place. I was just like, oh, you're Mr. Know Your Place, huh?
Yeah. Like, fair enough.
I kind of appreciate the role that Pop Step plays here. She doesn't get to do much in this episode, but she asks an important question, which is basically is just, are you satisfied with that?
Right.
With just doing that.
I feel like this is going to be a recurring theme.
And the problem is that, yeah, he's satisfied with that, but also those dickheads are back. And
These
they're going to
guys are
hassle the
back
both of them.
again.
They're
Back
especially going
again.
to hassle Pop Step because she's attractive and still wearing her idol shit under her jacket. And they're going to mess with her.
They're gross about it.
They're being gross about it. They're just like, let's see what she's got on under this. It's just like, oh yeah, you're that street idol, aren't you? That teenager that flashes her ass on online.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know what we should do, and you've got this thick makeup on, like a hero. Maybe we should just unmask you and post it online. It's just like, yeah, let's just strip her and do that. And Koichi's still deciding. He's just like, oh no, I'm just a little bug guy, though.
I'm
Is there
just a
anything I
little
can do
bug
about
guy.
this?
He's just a little bug guy, and it's his birthday.
And he tries to leave, but he can't make himself leave because it's fucked up what's happening.
Yeah, he's like, I can't just ignore this. I
He's just
gotta
like,
do
I
something.
can't fight, but I can take them by surprise. And he slides into one of their legs, which would have worked if he'd picked the right one.
Yeah.
Because he picked Chunko. Out of Spike, Lizard, and Chunko, he picked Chunko, and Chunko's got legs like fucking tree trunks.
Yeah.
It simply did not work, and the guy just threw him across the hall. So now they're both being victims of urban violence. Because yeah, Spike has decided to fuck them both up. But overhead,
I'm just going to throw out there. His name is Soga.
Is that the guy's name?
Junko?
Yeah, Spike's his quirk's name.
Well, I was just calling him Spike because I didn't remember if
he did call himself Spike.
No, I know. I was. He was calling his quirk Spike. Anyway.
I mean,
I was just looking.
He reminds me of the Marvel character Spike.
Yes, Spike.
That actually on the My Hero Academia wiki, the trivia that's listed as one of the things. So.
I mean, yeah, that makes
although
sense.
I will say the Marvel character Spike, if I remember correctly, can throw his spikes, which is a little more
versatile. And he's also a good guy.
But yeah, so the both of them are going to be victims of urban violence, except for there's scary homeless Batman watching over.
Fuck yeah! All right, here comes the bestest awful boy.
so yeah, you can. There's a couple of shots where you can see him because they're shot from above, and he's on the rooftops. But yeah, our third main character, Knuckle Duster, decides to make his entrance after they're taunting them. They're just like, oh, because she's just like, I'm gonna call the cops. And she's like, shouldn't you call for a hero? It's just like, oh, All Might, come save me. And right when they say that, this guy just thumps down in a bunch of garbage bags, and there's so much smoke that nobody can tell what happened.
Everyone's like, oh, what the hell is that?
And they turn around, and struggling amongst the garbage bag is this huge man.
Yeah.
And he picks them off, and he's just like, all right, suspect landing, but don't sweat it. And he's just like, who are you talking to? But
he's kind of talking to himself.
It's just like, garbage bags make an excellent landing pad, and if I work on my traps, I can possibly prevent any possibility of cervical injury.
Yeah, I was just
to my neck,
dude.
It's just like, oh, you're crazy.
I also have a theory about this guy.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know if he has a.
As far as I know, he doesn't.
I think he might be just quirkless, which I think is really funny. But
that don't matter.
Don't matter because he's huge and he can punch real good.
His power is that he's going to do extreme violence to people. Because he does commence to do that. He doesn't fuck around very much. They basically turn around and go, who the fuck are you? And he just fucking destroys them. Because he has huge chunks of steel for Knuckle Dusters.
Yes.
So I'm going to be... this is a moment where I'm going to flex my real world knowledge, which is, do you guys know how fucking dangerous Knuckle Dusters are?
Yeah, they will They will hurt and kill you.
They're not one of the things that they banned because they made a scary noise when you opened them. Like switchblades are no more dangerous than a normal knife. Knuckle dusters kill people.
Yeah.
And they kill people without you meaning to.
Yeah.
If you concentrate all of the force of your punch onto a very small rail of metal, you're going to break bones and burst blood vessels. This is more forgivable in his case because he's fighting people with superpowers.
Yes.
But these people are going to be fucked up after he's done with it.
Can I
Go ahead.
I might be looking at the wiki right now. At some point, he does get a taser knuckle.
Whoa!
Shock him.
Oh my god. Hell yeah, let's go.
That might actually be better for the
Also,
people
he gets a shotgun?
Shotgun.
Shotgun. What the fuck?
Reminds me of of Nicolas Cage's character from Kick-Ass, now that I think about it.
Yeah, yes, actually.
But anyway, scary homeless Batman.
This guy is just Batman.
Goes and beats the shit out of Chunko and Lizard. But
I keep thinking you're saying Junko from Danganronpa.
Yeah, Junko from Danganronpa and Lizard from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But while he's doing that, the Spike guy has got Pop Step, and he's just like, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. I'm just and Knuckle Duster does comment. He's just like, taking a hostage isn't going to make me punch you any softer. And he's just like, I'm not taking a hostage. I'm going to fuck up her face.
I'm going to cut her to pieces.
Which is bad news because he might be able to do it before anybody gets to him.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is the thing that really hits Koichi, because Koichi was on the verge of sneaking out of this alley. But the threat of this relatively nice girl that he's met being permanently disfigured for nothing did awaken something in him, especially after Knuckle Duster had been prattling on the whole time about justice. And it's just like, you don't need a license for this shit. Come on. You only need to ask yourself one question. Can you act whenever you need to? So yeah, he throws himself into Spike with his sliding power. And knocks him over long enough for Knuckle Duster to do a horrifying like coup de grace.
Yes.
And he's just like, attaboy. He's just like, you know what? You got potential. I'm gonna make you my apprentice. And he's just like, no, you're not.
Here's the thing is our boy here is thinking to himself, this guy is scarier than those guys.
This guy is fucking dangerous. Because every time you look at Knuckle Duster, he has a huge grin on his face where you can see his gums, like chimp aggression.
Yeah.
Because he has a feral urge to punch, and this is the way he chooses to express it.
And this is what he will do to everyone he sees. We're going to see this later more in the episode.
We're going to learn this because Koichi like leaves the scene, but doesn't manage to leave Knuckle Duster behind, who just follows him home. And is rifling through his shit. And he's just like, yes, yeah. Koichi,
how do you get rid of this guy?
You don't. You've been followed home by a homeless man.
It's like bringing home a stray cat, except the stray cat is a tiger.
The stray cat is 6'5". Scares the living shit out of you.
You're just like, oh man.
It's not like you can call the cops or anything.
Like, what are you gonna do? Call the cops? So yeah, he's just like, Koichi Himawari, 19 years old, college student. It's just like, yeah. So what is our first lesson going to be? And he's just like, I'm not your apprentice. And he's just like, you see what I've been doing? He ignores him and walks around the room and looks into his fridge, and he's just like, wow, the only thing you've got is barley tea? Oh, you've got beers.
I'm going to have to confiscate these. You're underage.
Yeah, you're too young for these. It's just like, that's for upperclassmen when they stop by. And he just drinks his beer.
Like, oh man.
I've been looking into this drug. This is like, there's a drug? This is like, there's a drug. It's called Trigger. It's an animation studio. It makes some things that some people find objectionable, but are actually pretty well put together.
Have you ever heard of Kill la Kill?
You ever heard of Kill la Kill? But it's called Trigger, and what it does is it empowers someone's quirk, but as a side effect, it interferes with their rationality. It's just like, oh, so it makes pop-up villains. He's just like, yeah, pop-up villains. That's why I was looking at their tongues, because he was pulling all their tongues out of their mouths, and he's like, not this one. Nope.
Nope.
And it's just like, as a side effect, it darkens your tongue, which is why he has been harassing people all over town and demanding to see their tongue and beating them up if they don't let him.
Meanwhile, me having a blue Gatorade, I'm scared for my life that he'll think I'm a drug user or something.
I know.
There's definitely people in my Macadaca that just have black tongues as a part of their fucking genetics.
Yeah.
One of those guys with a fucking killer whale, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just like, really? That's your plan? It's just like, that's your plan. Why can't you just tell the cops or a real hero? And he's just like, well, these people just pop off in the middle of a crowd. Like, they're always going to be 2 steps behind.
Yeah,
so
sometimes they're not going to get there fast enough. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to be proactive in this situation. And the next scene is him doing this in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
While Koichi in his costume is like hanging on to him. It's just like, hey, stop. No, don't, not. That's not suspicious. Leave that poor man alone.
You can't beat up every guy you see. Pop Step is there as well.
They run into Pop Step, and she's just like, I was going to thank you guys I was going to thank you guys for the other night, but what are you doing? It's just like, well, there's this drug around. It causes pop-up villains, and he's just harassing anybody he thinks is suspicious. And I'm trying to keep an eye on him so he doesn't hurt anybody. And she's just like, that's dumb. You're both dumb. You should look it up on social media.
Yeah.
Just start searching with like villain I've never seen before, or villain suddenly appeared, and then you can start questioning people. And Koichi's just like, oh yeah, that's smart. And while they're talking about this, Knuckle Duster has decided to terrorize a salaryman.
Yes, he has a briefcase full of little toys.
He falls over in terror because this man is huge and threatening him. And a bunch of like an All Might action figure and a couple of other things fall out of his briefcase, and he's just like, "Oh man!" And the other two are just like, "He's just a guy who likes toys. That's you've publicly embarrassed him." And Pop Stuff's just like, "What's embarrassing about it? It's normal. Lots of people are into that."
Yeah.
These guys work together so well.
Yeah, they're really. It's a charming little crew they've got assembled.
Every joke works in 3 parts, and they each do their part perfectly.
Yes, it's good.
It almost always goes with like Knuckle Duster setup, and then Koichi's playing the straight man, and then Pop Step offers a twist.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
But as they're doing this, he can't be convinced that this regular ass salaryman isn't suspicious because he won't show him his tongue. And he pulls back to punch him, and his hand gets restrained by some sort of bandage or paper.
All right, here we go.
And we follow it all the way back to a guy who has the other end. And he's just like, acts of violence in broad daylight isn't very clever of you. Maybe you're one of those pop-up villains I've been hearing about. And Knuckle Duster says, you must be the Eraser hero, Eraserhead. And I said, David Lynch?
This is a guy from the first series, you need to know.
Yeah. He's the homeroom
His name
teacher.
is Eraserhead, and he is from the first series. He is a returning character, Eraserhead.
His name is Eraserhead, and he's in black and white, and he's from 1977.
Yes, and he's covered in bandages, and he's one of my favorites.
I knew nothing about him, so I was extremely surprised.
I can't believe you didn't know about Eraserhead.
I didn't know about this Eraserhead, no. This is what the Eraserhead baby grew up into. He grew up into a fine man.
He grew up. Oh yeah. Very fun, man. We missed a scene in here. Because there was a scene where the shit trio got their drugs.
Oh, well, that happens next, Jojo.
No, it didn't. It happened
Yeah, it
before.
No, it didn't. The last scene of the episode was Aizawa showing up.
Okay, fine. Well, I have elected to put that scene there, so now it's true. Anyway, yeah, those guys got their asses kicked, and they're wandering the streets, and I didn't expect them to see them again. But we've run into the dealer man, because there's a dealer man who's just a silhouette, but he has a obvious scar, and he's blonde, I think. And he says,
"It's Nanami from JJK."
That's true.
Nanami from JJK. And he's just like, I've got the medicine you need, yeah, it did happen earlier, but we're not going to acknowledge that because I am without flaw. Because they were talking while they were talking about it, they were showing scenes of these guys taking this stuff and shooting up with it and getting fucking yoked.
Yes, they get big and scary. The lizard guy becomes like a bat. He grows like fully of wings on his hands.
He becomes Sauron from Marvel Comics.
He does kind of become Sauron.
The other guy becomes more distinctive because he grows scales and he has like some sort of heat-based power.
Yes, and then Spike becomes like a fucking hedgehog.
Spike gets Super Saiyan. He becomes Scourge the Hedgehog.
He's like, damn, this feels great.
And looking at these guys, I was just like, this is actually pretty cromulent because I can see the appeal. If you had like a minor superpower and you could like juice it, it might be tempting to try that.
You cannot do the fantasy steroids. Please don't.
You can't do the fantasy steroids.
When they're attacking like the people, there is a moment where they flash to the crowd, and I swear Arthur is there. He scared me. Why does this guy look like that?
Oh God!
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
I didn't see him at all. He's gonna go around the corner, and then he's just gonna clench his fist.
He's just got little teddy bears. It's fucking weird.
Oh man.
He scared me. That's all.
To go through life like that. But yeah, that's the end of the episode.
That's the show.
And then there's a cute and like outro sequence.
And they give us a hint of what's gonna happen in the next episode. Our main guy is gonna take up the hero name, the Crawler.
The Crawler.
Which is so funny.
And he's gonna get chased around by Turbo Spike, which is this poor kid is really everything he's giving is just like that Sasuke gif where it's just like, is nothing easy?
Yeah.
Will it never end? So what do we think about this?
I really liked this one. Here's the thing. I already really liked My Hero Academia. The only reason I ever stopped watching it was because I hit a point where there was no more of it left, and then I never picked it back up. It wasn't something that I dropped because I, didn't like it. I was like, oh man, it's been a long time since I've watched this.
You ran out and then
I
just didn't get back to it.
Yeah. Then this is making me like, oh yeah, My Hero bops. Actually, My Hero slaps. And also, this spinoff is really fun. So I really liked this. I really do want to watch more of this.
I would definitely watch more episodes of this. These three in particular seems fun. It might be a gateway drug for me. I don't know.
Let's go. I want to see more Eraserhead.
I like it. I mean, I've read the entirety of My Hero Academia, so like this was kind of like a no-brainer for me.
It was kind of.
I like that the world kind of there's world building in it in a way that the original series couldn't do because it's all focused in the school and all that.
Yeah. I think it's interesting that we have like older characters than like. Kids.
Even the young guy is 19.
I'm constantly saying this. It's a little hard for me to get into shows that are about like teenagers these days, or like school age kids. Well,
I
Dan hits different.
I can still get into shows that prominently feature teenagers as long as they're not trying to like titillate me with them, because then I
That's
get
true.
skeeved out.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not that I can never enjoy a show about like kids. It's just that like they got to do a little extra effort to make me get into it.
Which is maybe why I haven't gotten into mainline Macadaka. We'll have to weigh how much charm I feel from these three against how much disgust I feel for the horrible little grape boy from the
Don't talk about Mineta. Don't talk about Mineta. Don't talk about Mineta.
There's
disgusting little grape freak.
Listen, don't worry, there's also a bunny girl.
Mm.
No, but this
Anyway.
show, it's good. I will watch more. I liked it. Thank you for bringing this gift to us.
Anyway, if you want to tell us what your quirk would be, you can do that at oneepisodecast@gmail.com.
That is one the word, not the number. You can talk to us about Eraserhead, the character from My Hero Academia, or Eraserhead,
1977 David Lynch film.
1977 David Lynch film. We are on Twitter. We are on Blue Sky. We are at One Episode Cast. Come chat with us.
What would your quirk be?
My quirk?
I'll open it up. I either want the standard one of I want to be able to like turn into a bird or something, or I would like to be able to project my voice to anyone at any time. Not telepathy. I want to be able to speak through the TV to them like they're schizophrenic.
Oh God! Oh God, that's too scary. I don't know.
Like if some politician I don't like is making a speech, I want to be able to commentate on it in real time and have everybody who sees that broadcast hear me.
I don't know. I don't know what I would have. I'm sure I would get something completely useless, like my hair always grows in purple or something, and that's it.
I want the power to be able to throw a bottle of ink and have the ink land exactly in the composition I want.
Nice.
Very nice.
Very good. Very good.
I can't fight with it, but damn if I,
Damn if you could make a good, you could do a good, performance art sort of piece with that.
You could stop a mugger with that by blinding them permanently.
I'm kind of thinking like Bullseye, but like art specifically.
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay, we're stopping.